I've learned something recently, okay? It's the girlies who have it easy when it comes to dating. The boys are in the trenches because they have to deal with some of us crazy bitches. And honestly, I would never agree with this until my friend Emmett opened my eyes. Because a little bit ago, he FaceTimed me about an issue that I didn't quite understand. He goes, Jackie, like, I want to meet girls, I want to be dating, but y'all are just so expensive, okay? And when I have bills to pay, going on dates just become a chore. I don't want to do it. I start laughing. Not because I agreed with the man, not because I thought it was funny, but because I cannot believe what he was saying. Because I go, Emmett, right? Like, there are girls out there who will like you for you, okay? Who don't need the fancy dinners or the chocolates. You are just not picking them. And when I said that, you could see that his face was shocked. He goes, Jackie, what are you talking about? All girls are the same, okay? I made it my mission that day to prove him wrong. So I tell him my little plan. I go, next weekend, okay, me, you, 2-man. I'll pick the girl, I'll bring a random Hinge date. I'm gonna show you that you're completely wrong. He said, challenge accepted. Now, if I knew how this date was gonna go, I honestly would have never left the house. Next weekend, the 4 of us meet up at this Japanese restaurant I picked. It's cozy, has wood furniture, you know, you all sit down on the floor. It's a cute vibe, perfect for a 4-way blind date, right? And the girl I picked for Emmett, I thought she was perfect for him, okay? Exactly his type. Blonde hair, 5'2", blue eyes, and big titties. But besides that, she's a really nice person, okay? Her name's Liv. I met her in university, and I just knew they would hit it off. And now for my date, I just picked the first guy who said yes on Hinge, right? Because this date is not about me getting dick down. It's about me proving Emmett wrong. But girl, I was not prepared for how this night would go down. As the 4 of us are getting all cozied up in our like little tatami seating area, and we flip open the menu, Emmett does something I didn't quite expect, okay? He's kicking me on the table and goes, Jackie, look at the menu. Do you see that something's missing? And I'm trying to look, seeing what he's talking about, but I don't see it. I go, I don't get it. He goes, there's no fucking prices. I go, Emmett, don't even worry about it. Like, enjoy the time, enjoy your date. This is gonna be a good vibe. This was an issue for later. And let me tell you, it was, okay? But at first, the 4 of us are having a great time. Like, even my random Hinge date, we're all talking like we're a big group of old friends. But the vibes start to shift when we start talking about our favorite TV shows, okay? Because Liv starts saying like, oh yeah, I love watching Seinfeld, it's just like my comfort show. And the moment she says that, Emmett's eyes widen like he just met the love of his life. He goes, oh my God, that's my favorite show too. I used to watch it with my dad all the time. And they just go off into their own little world, leaving me with my random Hinge date. Now, I'm trying to focus on the conversation with this random man, but I keep an eye out for Emmett and Liv. Because as I'm half listening, I see that the fireworks are blossoming between them, okay? But everything was great until the food came out. Emmett only ends up ordering a miso soup and an edamame. And he's glaring over at Liv's food because she's got a full tray, like bento box set with an appetizer, cocktail, and a dessert. I'm trying to focus on eating, but the look on Emmett's face said it all. Okay, he was freaking the fuck out because he knows what the lack of prices on that side of the menu means and is just dreading the end of this meal. But I'm trying to keep conversation light. I even asked Hinge guy, like, how's your teriyaki roll? Stuff like that. Just trying to keep the conversation light. Trying, to prolong the inevitable. But when that bill came, everything went to shit. The waiter comes by, hands the bill to me, my date, and to Emmett and Liv. And when Emmett looks at this bill, his eyes go wide, okay? Liv is noticing, I'm noticing, so I take a little peek at the check that my Hinge date is holding. For the two of us, that shit was literally $300. I feel my heart sinking to my asshole because I know exactly what Emmett's thinking. And I'm starting to feel bad about it because Emmett's face is starting to turn white. He literally has a bead of sweat going down his face. I look at my hinge date. He's feeling the heat too, right? And then Emmett reaches into his wallet, trying to pretend what car to use because he knows damn well he does not have the money to pay for this meal. But Liv does something totally unexpected, okay? Liv's not a stupid girl, okay? She can read the room, and she took the situation to her own hands because she opened up her purse, grabbed her wallet, pulled out her credit card, and handed it straight to the waiter. And as the waiter walked away with that card, we all look at her speechless. And within 2 seconds, that card was back on the table. She wrote down the tip and said something totally out of pocket. She goes, I kind of feel like the guy in the relationship right now. I know that was meant to be harmless, but my God, if you could see Emmett's face in that moment.
Now that man got to take a $300 hit. Well, I mean, she paid, but that man was going to have to take a $300 hit because you wanted it. See, modern women don't mind betting the house because it's not their house to bet. They don't mind putting up the money because it's not their money to put up.
Just sitting here thinking about how I went to singles night at church and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point?
Humans weren't made for social media. Social media has given people the disillusion that they have so many options when in actuality they have none. So many people are so engulfed with social media now that they no longer are working on themselves.
My nigga, if I see one more video of a girl talking about something, why is all these girls show up to singles events and it ain't no men? It's 1,000 girls and it ain't no men. I'm like, nigga, have we not learned shit about the internet at this point in time? The internet has been out for so long and we done seen this so many times. What have we established, right? Attractive dudes get bitches. What does that mean? Do you think if you get bitches, do you have to go to a singles event? I'll answer that for you. No. Terrible dudes. What have we established? Terrible dudes always have a girlfriend, always have a wife, because girls seem to like terrible dudes. So therefore that eliminates the terrible dudes and that eliminates the desirable dudes, right? So that means the dudes that go to singles events, who left? All the niggas that you didn't want. All the niggas that the bitches that couldn't get bitches in real life, or they're good dudes. But you ain't want them. You don't want good dudes. Hey, what you want? Because like I said, the terrible dudes always got girlfriend and wives. Who at the singles events? All the good dudes. And what do we establish on the internet? Girls don't like good dudes. So that's why it'd be 1,000 bitches at a single event and like 10 dudes. And ain't none of, and all the girls say, well, ain't none of where the attractive ones at. The attractive ones is getting bitches in real life. Or if they not getting bitches, they at the house. Because they can get bitches at the house. They don't, desirable dudes don't have to go to singles events. It's only dudes that don't get bitches in real life that gotta go to singles events. So therefore, and what that will say about the girls, and it's gonna hurt. What that's gonna say about the girls at the single events is the niggas that you wanted didn't want you. So that's why you there. I'm sorry. That's mean. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's why it don't be a bunch of desirable dudes at single events, you know. I thought the internet would have taught us this by now, but maybe I gotta be the bad guy and say it. But what do I know? I could be wrong. I'm just a nigga on the street.
I guess I just don't understand what anybody was thinking. I mean, even if you're talking about, I mean, the good dudes are going, these guys don't really want to be there either, but they're going there looking for a possible connection because that's where you said you would want to meet a man at. So they go there and they still get humbled. They still get their egos. Now, it'd be one thing if you just rejected the guy, but The vast majority of women, y'all are going there for an opportunity, thinking that you're going to meet the ultra, as you see it, the ultra high value man. When you're normal, you're average, you're an everyday person. And so it doesn't make sense for you to be looking for that when you could just take this guy that's in your lane and build a life with that person. That's why they're going to Home Depot. That's why they're parking outside the gas station talking about there's some fine guys in the gas station. That's where they're going to Lowe's. Where are we meeting guys at? That's why they're going to these expensive bars, because they think that if I go over here, then I'm going to meet, I'm going to be able to get one of the ones. Like it's like Pokemon Go, where you're trying to go to these weird and crazy places at weird and odd hours of the night, trying to find this odd Pokemon, this rare Pokemon. That's what modern women are doing.
And it's so funny to me how women are always online talking about how men are acting like females. And you're saying it in a derogatory way, which means you are self-admitting that you know that the image of a woman is a negative thing. If you're saying that men are acting like this and it's a bad thing, that means that you're behaving badly and you know it. And you're not calling it out. You're not changing yourself. So again, in these hard economic times, in these hard political times, in these hard, difficult, challenging spiritual times, you think that it's a good idea for a man to take on a woman? These same women who are getting online expressing how ungrateful they are, taking men's children away, putting men on child support, taking half of their stuff when they get divorced, just causing chaos in their life, causing drama. On top of that, you have to compete with this corn. And I don't blame people. I don't blame anyone. You act like, oh, because I have my genitalia, since I have this private part, I'm the prize. No, the prize is who's ever in demand, and women are not in demand anymore. There's way too many of us. We've gotten online and made it clear that we're way too easy, we're way too promiscuous, we do anything strange for a little bit of change. There's literally no incentive anymore. What is the point? I would not advise any man unless you just want that. I'm not surprised if you don't want a woman. Who would?
It's a literal bill. It's expensive, and you get nothing back for your expense. It's literally a line item on your balance sheet that serves no purpose. A literal liability. Sunken cost every single month, every single week. Businesses would tell you, offload this asset. You've already lost. It wouldn't even be an asset. Offload this item. Sell it. You've already lost money. You don't know how many fields in oil and gas are spun off and given to somebody else, and they think that they can do something with that field. And in 3 to 4 years' time, they figure out they can't. It is dead. It's dead. You wasted money. And this is why men are saying nobody is playing in this field anymore. It's dead. You're wasting money. We've drilled and drilled and drilled, and there's no oil. None of it. We can't make money. Sunken cost. We lost this one, gang. And especially for those who are PE backed. We spent money and we failed. Consultants, please help us. How can we get money from this? Let's look at your operations. Let's look at organizational turnaround and restructuring. Nothing can be done about it. It's been drilled and drilled and drilled. There is no oil coming out of this field. You can get all of the analytical tools that you want to. You can look at production, oil, gas, natural gas liquids, whatever mix, how much they flare. It doesn't matter. The field is empty.
What's the biggest difference between guys in their 20s and in their 30s? Guys in their 20s still believe in love. You can see this ray of sunshine in their eyes that they're still able to have a crush. Men in their 30s, they're dead inside.
Oh joy, another video of another woman that just doesn't get it. I'll tell you exactly why it all changes for men when they reach a certain age. Because at some point in time when they are that young, of course they're going to have hope. They believe there's some type of faith in humanity when it comes to women and when it comes to the dating world because of what they strive for. However, due to the years of experience of being used, abused, treated like, and also being cheated on, being unappreciated and taken for granted left to right, being stressed out all the time because nothing they do is ever good enough, having to experience that everything they built for someone gets all just taken away, you know? And some of you women act so damn oblivious and stupid thinking that, you know, oh, why do men suddenly end up dead inside? All of what I just said is years of them experiencing this. And it's a lot more common than you think. And then y'all assume that men just hate women. No, they're just tired. They're tired and they rather have some peace, some quiet. Sometimes they prefer to be alone for that reason.
Why are they so surprised men have walls up? They helped build every brick.
So I went on a Hinge date on Saturday and it was fine. Like, I thought it went well. We had good convo. We hung out for like 2.5 hours. He's already unmatched me on Hinge. Like, it hasn't even been a week. How quickly did he unmatch me? Huh? That's crazy. Like, I'm offended. What did I say? I don't even know what to say. I'm torn between offended and just like mind blown. Maybe it was him. Maybe it was something he felt like. Wow.
Wonder what kind of red flag she was wildly waving in the air.
Online dating is actually super unfair for men compared to women. Men always have to go into a relationship and prove their worth to be dateable. Men have to go in and say that they either earn a lot of money or they know a lot of things or they have a lot of skills or something that they've really well built. Men have to provide value in order to be desirable by any woman. And a woman can just show up and look good, and that's it. She doesn't have to prove anything, she doesn't have to have anything, own anything, she just has to look somewhat good. Any woman out there who says that dating is actually harder for women, are you sure about that? Because it's actually not.
When women say dating is hard, what they mean is sorting through their endless options is hard. It's like complaining there's too many ice cream flavors to choose from.
Modern women want an endless stream of men. They want an endless stream of men to just go through. That's what a singles event is supposed to be for them. An endless stream of men walking in the door. It's a humiliation ritual. Okay, let's start from you're the baddest. Let's start from you and go down. Let's say there's, let's say 15 women. We're gonna line them up across the front. Let's say there's 200 men. All of you 200 men, you get in line and she's going to swipe. She's the baddest. She's going to get her pick of the litter. Now, let's say she picks 2 out of the bunch. The next 198, they keep on going and they keep on going. And each woman, statistically speaking, is probably going to pick 2 or 3 out of the bunch. Maybe. And let's say 15, 30, you started with 200, so you're probably down to 170, somewhere around there at that point. If you're lucky, right? And those guys that got picked, the baddie probably picked the best of the best. So she's got the only 2 that anybody really wants. And maybe on the fringe, the second and third girl have. So out of those 30, you really probably only have 4 or 5 guys. And so the 15, they're going to talk to those guys that they match with. The rest of the 170 can go home. The other 30, they're going to talk to those guys just to be nice and cordial. They're going to send, 24 to 26 of those men home. And the rest of the night, those 15 women are going to spend, we're not even done actually at that point. They're going to, because once again, the baddie has the top 2, they're going to talk even more, and then eventually cut 2 or 3 of those guys. And you're really honestly and truly going to end up with 1 to 2 guys that all 15 women are concentrated on for the rest of the night. And men say, oh, I've been a part of this enough to know that it's going to happen to me again. So I'm not going to spend $70 to stand in a line. Now, they don't physically have to do that, but the end result is the same. And that's why they're not coming to singles events.
Why men are tired of dating in America? Because every date feels like a job interview. They have to prove themselves, pay for everything, and act like they're therapists just to maybe get a second date. Meanwhile, she comes to the date late, she's constantly on her phone, and she tells you that she's still healing. And this doesn't feel like dating for men. It feels like emotional labor.
But there are a lot of women that are foregoing marriage, foregoing relationships, not having kids, all these things because they're taught to be afraid of them.
Wait, are they taught to? Wait, what teaches them to be afraid of men?
Feminism?
No, 1 second. I don't think feminism. Is it possible that their life experiences with men teach them to be afraid of men? The fact that an overwhelming majority of women have experienced some form of sexual assault at the hands of a man or sexual harassment. Ask any woman in your life about a negative experience that she's had with a man. It'd be hard to find one who hasn't. Do you think that's possibly what makes women afraid?
They had that analogy of the would
Man
you
and
rather
bear?
be
Man and
alone
bear.
with a man or a bear? And
Sure.
most women chose the grizzly bear that would rip them apart. That's crazy.
So wait a second. Now, granted, I am not a woman, so I don't understand the fear of walking down the street every night and feeling like I have a target on my back. So instead of looking at this and being like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. The women are insane. I'm not even going to deal with them. When I saw that trend, I was like, wow. Like that is, imagine living your life in a state where you feel like you are at risk of your physical safety from 50% of the population. That must be awful, and we should look into the reasons why, like 97% of women have experienced some form of sexual harassment. You ask any woman if she's had an unwanted encounter of a sexual romantic nature with a man, I guarantee the overwhelming majority will be able to tell you. It comes from real life experience, not this amorphous threat of men. Men are real, and men can be very threatening because of many of the biological differences that I feel you would be very sympathetic to.
Now you see this? What he's citing is, and this is easy. This is easy work, right? Just because you're talking fast doesn't mean that you're talking right. Doesn't mean that you're saying anything. When you look at this, you say, and mind you, I haven't looked up anything yet. Aggressive comments down at the bottom here. If we're now saying aggressive comments can be seen as harassment, as SA or whatever, then how many men have received an aggressive comment? How many men? I think most people in general have at some point in time in their life received an aggressive comment. Now it's, it was SA without ever putting your hands on somebody. So modern women, what they can do now is they can say, well, this has happened to me. Well, what happened? Oh, he catcalled me. He said, ooh, you look beautiful. And he whistled at me or whatever. That he assaulted me. Would it be the same as if I were going to, football or something like that? I didn't consent to that. Would it be the same thing if I was in football and, my coach was like, get up, UB. Get up, UB. Get up right now. You're nothing but a little B. Come on, work hard. And I didn't consent to that being said to me. Wouldn't it be the same thing as, honestly, anybody? I go into McDonald's and they don't like my stuff. They don't like me or what I ordered. And they say, because I'm, say for instance, they give me the wrong order. And then I say, well, I didn't really like the fries. Okay, let's change the fries. And then I say, okay, now my burger's cold. So really, honestly and truly, you should remake the whole meal because now my drink, ice is melted in it. So really, honestly, can we just remake this whole meal from scratch? And then they say something that's kind of nasty and rude and they mumble underneath their breath. That's kind of a passive aggressive way to talk about me and demean a customer. Then you have to include men in that statistic. You know what I mean? What happens, and like I said, you can sit back and think about all of these things all you want, which great for you. You should. But we need to start talking about how modern women have started using and weaponizing darn near anything. Language, for the most part, darn near anything to shape a world where he's a narcissist, or he's selfish, or he's using weaponized incompetence. They're using these to try to scare you, and they're big words to try to throw you off guard and say, oh, I don't want to be that. I don't want to. Whereas men are now starting to say, well, hold on, that's not me. I looked up the definition. I don't check any of those boxes, actually. Could I be, a little bit of this from time to time? Sure. But overall, and then I'm in therapy as well. My therapist has not diagnosed me as that, or a psychologist or anybody that I've been around has not diagnosed me as that. Just because you get upset with the way that our interaction went doesn't mean that this is who I am, right? So once again, I know you guys, like, say for instance, somebody in the comments is saying the bear has instincts, the man has intention, right? So we're not fact checking that the vast majority, the overwhelming majority, because he just lied straight up, the overwhelming majority, when you say this type of stuff, the overwhelming majority of women really have not experienced that. Because two things can't be true at once. You can't go to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics and they say most men are not doing this. At a 90% clip, most men are not doing this, and then come back and say most men are doing this. Can't do it. These men are not doing it. Or if they were doing it at 97%, then you would hear it. Period. End of story. You would, like, I would be able to walk outside right now and I would be able to hear a man say that. I should. 97%. That would be the world that we live in, but it's not. If you stop to think for a second, it's not. You would walk outside and you would hear a man. If there was a woman coming by at some point in time at 97%, at some point in time during the day, you would hear that.
Excuse me, are you serving the tables outside? Because you just walked off. You don't know if I'm quality assurance or anybody. You don't know who I am.
And you can talk to my manager.
No, I'm asking you a question. Who's the manager here? Oh, you his manager? I don't know who this little young kid is, but he's very rude. And he did not ask me what I wanted to drink. He walked over and asked me if I was sat by the host. And I'm like, of course.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hi, how are you? My name's Phil. I'm the manager here.
You're the manager?
Yes.
Of course she was. But this guy right here came over to me. Instead of asking me what I want to drink, he was asking me, did I talk to the host to sit there? I'm like, of course I did. Why would I sit there without talking to the host? But he never once asked if I wanted something to drink. I've been out there for 10 minutes now.
So, excuse me, ma'am.
That is my spot.
No, I understand, but ma'am.
And now I'm coming inside to order at the bar because no one's taking my order.
Ma'am, I am very sorry. You did set yourself the table so dirty.
No, they had to clean it because it was dirty. And some information was out there.
Yes.
And I can't sit and I don't want to be involved with anyone else's paperwork, receipt. And the table was dirty, but I just sat down because I needed to sit down. Long story short, I just want a drink, and that's what I came in for. So can I get my drink, please?
Sure thing, ma'am. I will get you a server.
I can just go in the bar and get it and take it back outside. Nobody has to serve me at all.
No, unfortunately, that's full service only.
Nobody has to serve me at all.
Full service only outside.
Do not send him out there, please.
Ma'am.
Don't sound, I don't like the word ma'am. Please stop using it.
Extremely rude now.
I'm being extremely rude when I walked to the door, asked to sit here, and I was waiting to get the table clean, and now you're telling me I'm extremely rude?
So apparently this is a woman from New Jersey. Her name is Fatima Bennerson, and she's known all around New Jersey for going up to businesses and harassing them for content. And this person is saying stop reposting her clips and giving her the attention she desperately wants. Man. All right. I mean, I guess if that's how you do it, I don't know how she hasn't been arrested yet. If this is like, she's not telling them, oh, it's just a joke. I don't know how she hasn't been arrested.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on, sister? How are you? Hey. What's going on, sister? Y'all doing all right? Good evening. Hey, sister, you doing okay?
Girl, I'm good. How are you?
Any men been here so far?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well, guess I better give me something to eat, right?
That's right. I got my third plate. Oh, a dude's walking in now. I see him. Okay. Fine. Oh, he has a girlfriend. That's the third couple tonight. You leaving? Where are you going?
And you guys, until you improve your offerings to men, should get used to this. Until you decide a man matters just as much in a relationship, you're going to get the same result. Showing up to a singles event and there not being that many men. Unless you can make a case where a man should come out. Oh man, we're gonna have good food, good drinks. So the very least, if you get rejected, you can go over to the bar, get you a nice drink. We got really, really nice food. You can sit there and talk with some of the bros, hang out, maybe make some friends. But as it stands right now, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Last week, I had this table. It was a party of 6. They told me up front that they wanted 3 separate checks. 3 people on one check, 2 people on another check, and then 1 single woman was paying for herself. The 3 people on one check, 2 of them were clearly married, and then the third person, I think, was related somehow to the wife. Then there was the other check with 2 people. Those 2 people were also clearly married. And then, of course, there was a single person. The single person, the woman, she ordered more food than anybody else at the table. She had an appetizer, a bread basket. She ordered a starter salad, an entree, and a dessert. She also had like a couple glasses of wine. Nobody out at the table ordered as much as she did. The party of 3 who had one check, one ordered their own appetizer. The married couple ordered an appetizer that they split and a salad that they split. No drinks, just water. The other married couple that was on one check, they split a salad and they split an entree and they split a dessert and 1 glass of wine, right? So when it comes time to pay the check, I'm passing the checks out. And I put the bread basket, the appetizer, the salad, the entree, the wine, and the dessert that single woman ordered, I put it, of course, on her check, right? If you verbalize something, if you ask for something, I'm putting it on your check unless you specify otherwise, or unless someone else at the table specifies otherwise, right? When I drop her check, she immediately calls, because I drop it and I walk away, she immediately calls me back to the table. And she's like, why are these items on my check? She's pointing at the bread basket and the appetizer. And I said, well, because you ordered them. And she's like, yeah, but other people ate from them. Right? So she ordered a bread basket that has 6 slices of bread in it. And she ordered an appetizer that, everybody, when I went to the table to check after the appetizer was put down, I noticed that like 2 other people had taken like a small bit of it at her urging, by the way, right? I saw her push that plate towards the middle of the table, which to me indicates, help yourself. I don't know what she actually verbalized, but 2 other people at that table took a little tiny small amount of that appetizer, right? So she's like, other people had part of this bread basket and this appetizer. And I was like, okay, well, you let me know how you want me to divide it up. Because, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to go around and ask people, so how much do you want? No, that's your responsibility, right? Like, y'all figure that out. So I was like, I'll be back. You let me know. And she's like, no, wait a minute. And she starts saying to the people, she's like, okay, well, you had X amount of bread and then you had a little bit. And I still walk away because I'm like, A, I got other things to do. And B, I'm not standing here for this, right? Like, this is ridiculous and it's embarrassing. I'm not standing here for this. So finally, I make it back to the table. And she has marked on her receipt how much money she wants me to add to other people's bills because of the amount of bread they ate and the amount of appetizer they ate. And when I tell you the amount of appetizer those people ate was negligible, that woman still ate 98% of the appetizer on her own, okay? But these two other people at the table had less than a mouthful, and she wanted them to pay $1.79 and the other $1.09. I don't know how she came up with that figure in her mind, right? And I'm looking at, and I'm standing there looking at the receipt. And I'm like, this is, I mean, maybe for like 10 seconds I'm sitting there, but it felt like an eternity, because I'm like, this is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. And the lady across from her is like, can I see that? And I show her the receipt, and she's like, I'll just pay for the bread. And then somebody across the table is like, is there a way that you can just split the appetizer in half? And I was like, yes, absolutely. And I added those. All I know is that I would never go anywhere with that woman again. I would never speak to that woman again. I would block her number while we were sitting at the table.
They're not about to invite her back out anymore. She's going to wonder why. She's going to wonder why. That was foolishness. But this is how modern women act, entitled. They try to do this type of stuff on their birthday. They try to make it to where it's justified, like somebody should be paying for me on my birthday, instead of, hey man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you paying for me on my birthday. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Nowadays, it's gotten to where you expect somebody to pay for you on your birthday. Oh man, it's my birthday. It's a special occasion. True enough, but it's not my birthday and I don't have to pay. Well, if you love me, you would. Again, at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to pay for yourself. End of story. But the expectation and the entitlement, I understand how you would feel some type of way about it, but at the end of the day, you should pay for yourself. If you order it, you should pay for yourself. And modern women are using these occasions to go crazy. This was a regular occasion, but modern women use these types of occasions to go crazy. And it's the same thing whenever they go out to eat with a man. And they say, well, you know, free food, yada, yada, yada. No. A man knows that you're not going to order this type of stuff unless you have cover, regardless of you saying, well, I could buy this on my own, yada, yada, and this and that. This is how I do whatever and whatnot. But when you're spending somebody else's money, have some decorum. And modern women do not have that anymore.
I can understand why men have given up dating, because can someone make it make sense for me how these women want men to text them back fast, but not too fast, that it's too creepy. They want men to make 6 figures while working 20 hours a week while they still have quality time with them. You know, if he has a good relationship with his mom, then that means he treats women well. But if he doesn't have a relationship with his mom, then that means he's automatically abusive. But then she doesn't want to ever talk about her daddy issues. If he's too nice and too kind, then that means that he wants something from you, or, you know, there's an assumption that he's just buying you gifts and whining and dining you because he wants sex. But if he doesn't wine and dine you, then he's lazy, he doesn't care, and he's not putting in enough effort. You want men to lead, but you don't want to listen. You want men to show their masculinity and take charge and plan dates, but not too much masculinity that he comes off as aggressive, mean, rude, or condescending. You want men to be in tune with your emotions, but if he's too emotional, then he's weak and you don't trust him to make decisions and lead. He has to be attractive, but not too attractive that he looks like a fuckboy or somebody that gets around, because if he's too attractive, then he has too many options. But if he's not attractive enough, then you're not even looking in his direction. If he has a child and a baby mom, then you automatically assume that, you know, what baby mom would want to be single, and that makes him toxic. But if he's never been married or in a committed relationship, then that also makes him toxic, and that's a red flag because he's never been in a relationship before. You want men to initiate the dating stages of a relationship. You want men to initiate sex, but then when he stops initiating sex, then you assume that he's cheating on you. You want men to be honest and open and upfront, but your idea of honest and open and upfront is basically him telling you only the truth that validate your feelings and your experiences, because the moment that he invalidates how you feel. Now he's narcissistic, he's abusive, and he's mentally and emotionally using you and abusing you. These women will always say that they want men to be themselves and be authentic to who they are, but then there's an entire list of icks, like wearing sandals in winter, or him just getting coffee, or him getting sepsis, and you think it's funny and you're posting it on social media, but the moment that he posts an ugly picture of you on social media, now he's a piece of crap and he's picked the wrong picture, and now you feel bad about yourself. If he dresses well and he takes care of himself, then he's too feminine and he's trying to show off. But if he doesn't dress well enough and he doesn't show off and he dresses average, then he looks like a broke-ass loser bum and you want nothing to do with him. You want that man to have hobbies like going to play golf or gaming. But if he games too much or plays golf too much or it inconveniences your lifestyle or what you have going on, now you're pissed off. But if he doesn't have any hobbies, then he's a loser because he's too obsessed with you. But if he has too many hobbies and takes away time from you, then he doesn't care enough. If a man respects a woman's boundaries, then he's being too creepy because he's just too good of a man. But if he doesn't respect her boundaries, then he's likely to abuse her or SA her later on down the road. If a man speaks loud, then that means that he's aggressive. If he speaks too soft, then that means he's too feminine. Men expect constant attention and praise all of the time. So if you give too much, then you're trying too hard. But if you give too little, then you're a lazy bum and you don't match the guys in her DMs. These women don't want men to be manipulative or liars or cheaters, but they'll turn around and show their butt cheeks online and call it, body positivity to basically cheat on you and be narcissistic, but then it's still all of your fault. And the sad reality is that you could give a woman everything that she could ever dream of: the house, the money, the cars, the emotional stability. You could provide, you could protect, you could check all of the boxes down the list, and guess what? She's going to turn around and say that she's bored, she's uninspired, she's not attracted to you. She's going to cheat on you with the next guy down the street who has no job, all because Susie Q has a better life on Instagram. But not only that, when she says that she's unhappy, she's going to get online and talk about how you're a narcissist, how you're abusive, even though you gave her everything that she could ever want. And every single step of the way that the goalpost changed or the expectation, especially unrealistic expectations, changed, you gave it to her and it still wasn't enough. So yeah, if anyone is ever wondering why men have stopped dating, this is a perfect example, because even as a woman, if you really sit back and look at it, it's so unrealistic and it's so delusional and it's so narcissistic that who the hell would want to put themselves through this? And it makes sense when you really think about it, because none of it actually makes sense. Women don't actually know what they want. They love the highs and lows of being incompatible with the wrong people instead of just being at peace. And then they blame the men for the unfulfillment and the lack of peace within their lives, even though they're the ones creating this diabolical cycle over and over with different men. Okay, bye.
And this is really good. Really, really, really good. Because once again, men have to fit into a narrow box. Modern women have been going to too many boot camps, too many books read on, fantasize or love your life or romanticize your life. And then you go in there trying to put in stuff that don't make a difference, don't matter a lick. And then you're trying to make the man and force the man to fit into this scheme or this life that you have. And there's literally no room for him to express himself and be who he actually is. Why would a man want that?
Okay, I have to address these comments like this one. To be honest, I have learned a lot in my comment section. I didn't know. I've never thought about the perspective of a man going to one of these events. Honestly, and that was a genuine question. Me asking, what do men look for? Why don't they want to go to these events? I really wanted to know. And I think from these comments, I really got good insight on why they don't go, what makes them stay away from them, how do they actually feel about singles mixers. And it's so interesting. And based on what this person said, honestly, I kind of have to agree. I think there are there's a lot of pressure for men sometimes to like just be in a room full of women that just judge them. I think even when like obviously me going to one of these singles events, I see men that just aren't my type, right? And I'm not gonna approach them. I'm not even gonna look their way. And then meanwhile they have a bunch of women, but if they don't look a certain way or they're not up to par to what women like our standards, then no one's gonna approach them. So I do feel sometimes like, yeah, they do have a lot of pressure, and I understand why they don't want to come to these events. But based on these responses, I think I'm gonna retire these singles events. I don't think it's worth it. I think I'd rather just go back to meeting people in the wild. And yeah, I don't think there's ever going to really be value in it based on what I'm looking for. I think it's going to be really hard. So thank you guys for the insight. It was really eye-opening, and I'm just going to go back to the streets, respectfully, the godly streets.